Morning, this is Test Corrections video take 2. So, the angles and triangles test. The first question, you were asked to write an equation for this, and then solve it. So when I look here, I see that I have 165 and 5x, and I know that this makes a line. So my equation is going to be 165 plus 5x equals 180 degrees, because these angles supplement one another. Then I'm going to subtract 165 from both sides, and I'm winding up with 5x equals 15. I divide both sides by 5, and x is equivalent to 3. Second question, I have a right angle, so I'm going to set it equal to 90. So I have 76 plus x minus 6 equals 90. Put this together, 76 minus 6 is 70, plus x equals 90. Subtract 70 from each side, x equals 20. So that goes here. All right, the next one, question 3. I see that these two angles are vertical to each other, and I know that vertical angles are equivalent. So 90 is equal to 10x, divide by 10, divide by 10, x equals 9. And then finally for this section, angles T and V are complementary angles. Angle T has a measure of 2x plus 8, and angle V has a measure of 68. What is the value of x? So my equation, because they're complementary, is going to be set equal to 90. So I need more space. 90 equals 2x plus 8 plus 68. Combine my terms. So 90 equals 2x plus 76. Subtract 76 from each side. 14 is equal to 2x. Divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 7. Alright, next one. Which pair of angles is congruent? So angle 1 and angle 2 are across from each other, which means that they're vertical, which means that they are congruent. Angle 1 and angle 4 are supplementary, so not congruent in this case. Angle 4 and angle 3 are across from each other, which means that they're vertical, and angle 4 and 2 are supplementary, so no. So the correct answer for this would be A and C. Find the value of x in each triangle by setting up an equation, then classify it by its angles and its sides. So first of all, I know that all triangles have a sum of interior angles of 180. So I say 55 plus 90 plus some number I don't know equals 180. I add these guys up, so 180 equals 145 plus x. Subtract 145 here, subtract 145 here, and x equals 35. So x is 35 degrees. So now I look at my triangle, and I see that I have a right angle, so it is a right triangle. And because these three angles are three different measures, I know that it is scalene. Next one, once again, 180 is equal to 23 plus 37 plus 3x. Put these guys together, that's 50, 60. So 180 equals 60 plus 3x. Subtract 60 from both sides. 120 equals 3x. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals 40. But this angle here is 120. So I know that it is an obtuse scalene triangle. If a triangle has three congruent, that means the same, side lengths, what is the measure of one of its angles? So if it has 3 congruent sides, it means it has 3 congruent angles. So 180 divided by 3 gives me 60. So an equilateral triangle is also equiangular, so it has angle measures of 60. All right, an isosceles triangle. So I know isosceles triangles have 2 sides that measure the same and one that does not. So this side and this side are congruent. Are each 2 times larger than the smallest. Well, I don't know what the smallest is, so I'm going to put X. And these guys are 2 times larger than it. The perimeter of the triangle is 30. So 2x plus 2x plus x equals 30, because to find the perimeter we add all the sides. 2x, 4x, 5x equals 30. Divide by 5, divide by 5, x equals 6. So that's not the answer though. They asked the measure of one of the congruent sides. So this side is 6, this side is 12, this side is 12, so the answer to this question was 12. An isosceles triangle, once again. This side and this side are the same. Has a angle that measures 110 degrees. So I know that these 2 angles are going to measure the same, because it's isosceles, and I can't have 2 110-degree angles in my triangle. What is the angle of measurement of one of the others? So I know that all triangles add up to 180. I subtract the 110-degree angle from both sides. I'm left with 70 equaling 2x. Divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 35. So what was the measure of one of the angles? 35 degrees. Which of the following angles are supplementary? And I have to remember that supplementary angles are 2 angles who add up to be 180. 2 angles, only 2. So that crosses this answer out right away, because supplementary means it's 2. All right, so the first one is RXS, that's 65, plus SXT, that's 25, that equals 90, so it's not supplementary. RXT, that's 90, plus VXT, which is also 90, that makes 180. So B works. Okay. TXU, which is 65, UXV, which is 25, that equals 90, so D does not work. So the correct answer for this question was B. List the angles from least to greatest. Well, I know on a triangle, the angle size corresponds to the side length. So this is the shortest side, which means this is the smallest angle, so B is the smallest. And then this is the next shortest side, so C is the next smallest, and then A would have to be the largest, so B, C, A. You are given 3 straws. One is 10 inches, the other is 6.5, and the last is 4. Can the straws make a triangle? Explain why or why not. Well, I know in the triangle inequality theorem, it says a short plus a short has to be greater than the longest one, and then it'll build a triangle. So the shortest one is 4. The next shortest one is 6.5. And the sum of these has to be greater than this, which is 10. So that's 10.5 is greater than 10. Is that true? Yes. It will make a triangle because 10.5 is greater than 10. All right, next one. An isosceles triangle has side lengths of 2 and 5. Which of the following could be possible side lengths? Well, I know an isosceles triangle has to have 2 sides that are the same. So it could be A or it could be B. Cannot be C, cannot be D. So I'm going to try my triangle inequality theorem. 2 plus 2 is greater than 5. No. 2 plus 5 is greater than 5. Yes. So your correct answer was B. Sorry about the mix-up on the last one. Enjoy your day.